Wow. Jonny Lang in Studio Z at the VA Agency on 98.9 WCLZ. Welcome back to Portland.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You obviously have so much joy when you play, and I know you also have a lot of joy in recording. And I'm curious, you know, it was 7 years between albums, between studio albums, and before you came out with Fight for My Soul. I'm wondering, with all the pleasure you get out of performing and recording, why so long between albums? And I guess, why the title, Fight for My Soul?
Man, that's a lot. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm sorry.
Start in the middle and work
We don't know
out,
each other
or?
well enough to be giving each other a hard time like that. Well, it was 7 years mostly because I started having children. And we have 4 now. And so, I know. And, so, you know, we're constantly traveling on the road and playing shows anyway. I don't need that. And if I were to go in the studio at that time, it would mean I would never be home. So I just didn't want to leave the poor wifey at home with the new kids. So,
Do they come on the road with you sometimes?
yeah. From time to time, they come out. It's logistically pretty tough to do at this point. But they've come out a few times. Yeah.
Are they playing?
Everything you give them turns into a drum. So it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
I know that you spent about 3 years working with producer Tommy Sims on the album, and that's a long time to spend with somebody working on an album. But I'm wondering what was different about the writing and recording process this time around.
I would say if you condensed all that time, though, it was like a total of 3 months. It wasn't, you know, it was over a long period of time for sure. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these songs are 6, 7 years old when they were started, and 3 of the songs on the record were mostly tracked and recorded about 7 years ago. So it's been, it was a challenge to make everything seem coherent, and it still doesn't seem coherent to me, but did the best we could.
Song, kid, 2 songs, kid.
Exactly.
Is that, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you had twins, so you know you got 2. You know, that was good for 3 songs.
Yeah, exactly. That was easier. Yeah.
Okay, so at the risk of sounding like the old man who get off my lawn, kid, I saw you perform when you were 17 at the State Theater, and I have a daughter who is grown daughter. My oldest daughter is about your age, just slightly younger. And I remember when I saw you thinking, sort of in awe of your ability and how far you had come, and also sort of like thinking, you know, what parents must think about somebody who's 17, traveling, famous, and kind of was worried. And you have done a remarkable job of sort of keeping it together over all these years.
Staying alive.
Well, that's, yeah. Not everybody does when they start that young. And I'm curious what you attribute that to.
Well, I mean, first of all, my family they're pretty great people, man. You know, and the upbringing I had was one of, you know, it was pretty conservative and had some good things going for me going into that lifestyle. I feel like just common sense stuff, and even as a young person. But I mean, I definitely came off the rails a few times and had my share of rock and roll, whatever. So, yeah, there are pitfalls for sure, and yeah. But at this point in my life, I feel relatively balanced.
What would the 33-year-old Jonny Lang offer for advice to the 16 or 17-year-old Jonny Lang?
Oh God, that's really good. I've never thought of this. I'd probably just cheat. I'd have all these things. This is what's going to happen on this date, and don't do that. Back to the Future style.
That's it's an easy answer to a tough question. I like it. I don't know if you saw on the way in. There's a sign that says this is the Crumpled Ball music series, and if you look over the conference room table, there is a crumpled ball.
It's a chandelier of crumpled paper.
It's and of course, the universal symbol, perhaps, of creativity. And Greg Smith, who's the chief creative officer, who came up with the whole idea of making this the Crumpled Ball series. He wanted to ask you a question about that, so I'm going to turn it over to him because he can explain it since he came up with it, and then we'll let you off the hook from there.
Right on, man. That sounds great.
It's a big hook. Thanks for being here, Johnny.
Yeah,
so part of our creative process is, we do a lot of stuff here, and a lot of it depends on knowing when to walk away, throwing stuff out. And we're creating a compendium sort of art installation along with these intimate concerts that we're giving here, where we're asking each artist to think of an idea that they're happy about having crumpled up and thrown away, moved away from. It can be anything like small, like a lyric that was a rat hole. It could be something bigger than that, like an emotion or regret or a behavior, or it could be something even really dark, like a person. But the beauty of it is
People don't crumple as easily.
no, they don't. But the beauty of it is once you crumple it, we're going to put it in a glass box, and it's going to be forged shut, and no one will ever know what you wrote on that.
That's really cool.
And your name will be put in front of it. So far, Patty Griffin's done it, and Ingrid Michaelson was here a couple weeks and did it.
So what did she write?
We don't know.
I know, I'm kidding.
So that's the gist of it. So we're going to hand you a piece of paper. You just write what you think that might be. You
That's
crumple
really
it, and
cool.
put it away.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I'm going to do it right now? Good Lord.
Yeah.
So I get to throw somebody under the bus here and nobody's ever going to know. Oh, man. This is interesting.
And this is a good thing about the show being tomorrow night. You've got plenty of time, Johnny.
Could be a lyric? I don't know. I forgot all the lyrics I threw away, honestly. Uh-oh, what is it? What is it? No, I'm keeping it. Oh, see, that's what it says. No, you can't see that.